Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are looking at somewhat of a rumor going on in the NBA right now. Isaiah Thomas was asked about if he would ever return to the Boston Celtics, like going into the next NBA season. And he pretty much said, you know what, man, anything is possible. So for today's video, guys, we are going to see what if Isaiah Thomas, once the 30-point per game, 5'9" dude on the Boston Celtics, now 6 man on the Los Angeles Lakers, returned back to the Boston Celtics team. And really, guys, the big reason I wanted to make this video is I want to know from Boston Celtics fans, or really just NBA fans in general, would you want Isaiah Thomas back on your team, or do you want him to just stay away? Do you feel like he will just be too much drama and really is just not really needed on this team? We have him signed to a 1-year contract here, but let's kind of look at his stats here, guys. I mean, like I was saying, last NBA season, about 30 points per game. This season, you know, 15, 18, I think he averaged more close, like 15 points, but I mean, I didn't see him at the rest of the season. But yeah, so he's at about 18 points per game, 5 assists out there, field goal percentages down, 3-point right around the same, so I mean, that's still staying consistent at least. Really just playing less minutes and really not into a system, you know, have that be on the Cleveland Cavaliers or even now the Los Angeles Lakers that really benefits him as a player as compared to his Boston Celtics days. Now, I look at him on this team, I really don't think there's any way in hell, guys, you would be able to start Isaiah Thomas on this team because Kyrie Irving is your point guard. I mean, Isaiah Thomas could play shooting guard, but it's like, do you really want Isaiah Thomas going up, you know, defensively against some of the other shooting guards of the NBA? I feel like Jaylen Brown, you know, if they were to bench him, it would just hinder his development. You got Gordon Hayward out there who's going to be back. Jason Tatum will probably run power forward next season unless the Celtics decide to either trade him, which they probably shouldn't, or maybe run him at the power forward position and Wolford at center. Thing is, though, you got Isaiah Thomas on this team, right? I mean, assuming they re-sign Marcus Smart and also Terry Rozier, then all of a sudden you have 3 of your top bench players, all who play the point guard slash shooting guard position. And the rest of the team, you got Daniel Tice out there. I mean, I'm sure he'll be back. Marcus Morris, I guess if you want to run a 10-man rotation, it's just, I'm sure at times Marcus Smart could run the small forward position, if we're being quite honest about it, just because, like, he is that type of defender out there. But yeah, so I'm going to start simulating the season. I kind of want to talk about if I would personally resign Isaiah Thomas or not, or maybe what team he probably should go to. Okay, simulate through date here, and I'm thinking about Isaiah Thomas. No, I do not think he should go back to the Boston Celtics, and nor do I think that the Boston Celtics should re-sign him to their team, just because, like, when you think about it, how is he going to fit in, guys? He's plain and simple is not going to fit into that team. He's going to want to go on there and be that same 30-point per game scorer that he just, I mean, yes, I have no doubt that in the right system, Isaiah Thomas, you know, given the right amount of shots, has the skill to average 30 points per game in the NBA. It's just like, this is no longer on the Boston Celtics, guys. I really want to see him go to a team like, I feel like the Sacramento Kings would be kind of cool just because, like, he once played for them, so that team would pretty much be his team. Going to the Pelicans and playing alongside, you know, Boogie and also Anthony Davis would be kind of interesting at times just because of the 3-point shooting abilities and being able to get other guys involved on offense. I feel like maybe the Milwaukee Bucks could benefit from a guy like Isaiah Thomas just because, you know, defensively the Bucks have not been great, which is very surprising because of their length out there. But I just feel like if they had that next guy next to Giannis, that would be big time just because, like, Chris Middleton, I do like him. Jabari Parker's a nice player, but Isaiah Thomas, it's just like when he gets going, he can be like that next tier player that the Bucks could really use out there. Although in this simulation, they're freaking tearing it up, you know, on this team. It's just kind of it's kind of sad to see what happened to Isaiah Thomas's career in such a short amount of time because literally, guys, like a year ago, less than that, I mean, we were watching this dude ball out, making the All-Star team. And just like, he looked like Allen Iverson, guys. He was looking like the best scoring big man. I say big man. Oh my God, dude, short bitch ass man. Since Allen Iverson of the Philadelphia 76ers, as far as like short, small players go, pound for pound. And then he got that hip injury, went to the Cavaliers. Just, I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Cavaliers and Isaiah Thomas? Do you feel like that Cavaliers team kind of used Isaiah as a scapegoat and did not give him enough time to really get in the swing of things just because he was traded to that team? I mean, he only played 15 games before he was traded, so it's like he had no time to really mesh with the team from a chemistry standpoint. He had really no time to get his legs under him as far as NBA games goes. And I don't know, I feel like the Cavaliers kind of did the man wrong out there, and I guess that's probably the best way to sum up Isaiah Thomas's career is just like, just teams doing him wrong, man. Like, he just really cannot find a home. It seems like no matter where he goes, he ends up getting traded, or he ends up getting kind of kicked out, or he just ends up not really feeling welcome to that team. And I think a lot of that has to do with his height. I mean, if he was 6'5", you know, averaging 20, 30 points per game, he would be a max contract, sought out by every single NBA team. And it makes you wonder what type of contract he is going to get this NBA offseason, just because I really don't think he's going to get a max deal. I don't really know if he deserves one right now anyway, just because just too much drama comes with the man out there. But as far as the team records goes with Isaiah Thomas, I knew this team was going to be like average, about 50 wins, I would say. It's a little bit above average, third place in the Eastern Conference. Just Isaiah Thomas would not be a big difference maker. Yes, he'll bring some good scoring off the bench, but it's like maybe you want to get rid of Marcus Smart or Terry Rozier then, just to free up more minutes for some other guys and some other bench players, because otherwise it just does not really make much sense out there. Here's all the player awards on the season. I do not see Kyrie Irving making this, so who knows? Maybe Isaiah Thomas tried taking his starting point guard spot. Probably not. But player stats on the season, we got Kyrie at 20 points per game, 6 assists out there. Gordon Hayward, 19.6 rebounds, 6 assists, playing nicely. And then Isaiah was third leading scorer on this team at 18 points, 2 rebounds, about 4 assists, which would be amazing for any team's bench. I just feel like this roster would need to be kind of catered towards Isaiah Thomas off the bench. They would want to go for a more defensive-oriented bench out there. And with Jaylen Brown, I mean, I guess if you put him on the bench, you could do that. I just don't really think that makes much sense to bench either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. Those guys is like the future of this team alongside Kyrie Irving. But yeah, he shot 12 field goals out there per game, made 6 of them, so 50%. That's pretty nice out there. 42% from 3. So yeah, Isaiah Thomas definitely can ball. It's just, I don't know, I feel like the best way I could sum up Isaiah Thomas is the Derrick Rose MVP mentality, and that is pretty much what Derrick Rose had big issues with coming back from his injuries, is that he still wanted to be MVP Derrick Rose. It's just he needs to learn to be more like role player Derrick Rose, just like Isaiah Thomas. He's going to want to be all-star 30-point per game Isaiah, but he needs to kind of just learn to be a role player Isaiah, which is nothing wrong with that. On a championship team with Isaiah Thomas as the role player, yeah, you can definitely make some good things happen. First round of the playoffs, Philadelphia 76ers, similar current round here, and we'll beat them 4-0. Very nice, closeout game. Kyrie 25-21 for Gordon Hayward, and we got Isaiah at 6 points, okay, not great. Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James, similar current round, and all right, beat them 4-2. This team might actually make it to the NBA Finals. Isaiah 14-5. Here we go, Toronto Raptors, similar current round here. Well, they got swept by the Raptors 4-0. Okay, so we got the Pelicans and the Raptors in the NBA Finals. I think that is the first time for me to ever see that on a 2K game before. But you know what? Both really good teams, I think. Simulate playoffs. And the Pelicans, for like the first time ever, have won a championship on this game. Anthony Davis getting MVP. But yeah, so just a quick video giving my thoughts about that. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel. And peace out, my friends.